let me walk you through the whole system we built for Sempra Illuminations, a home service company in Canada providing permanent lighting systems for homeowners, where we basically plug Jobber into our automation and CRM system. They were using it beforehand, before coming to us, as their CRM and their automation tool, but the Jobber just didn't meet their needs. When it comes to CRM, it just wasn't transparent enough, it just wasn't clear enough, and when it comes to automations, they just weren't effective enough in order to, again, meet their needs and help them convert as many leads as possible into booked jobs. So after they come to us, after we launched the system, making it live, in just 3 weeks, they were basically booked out 2 months in advance, packed with jobs, packed with on-site visits, and Josefa, their co-founder, had to say this about our collaboration. Working with Bor was an exceptional experience from start to finish. We brought him in to rebuild and optimize our entire lead handling and follow-up system alongside Jobber, and he delivered far beyond expectations. He took the time to truly understand our business and built a clean, efficient, and fully optimized system that now captures leads from ads, website inquiries, and partner referrals without anything slipping through the cracks. Our follow-up is now fully automated with perfectly structured SMS and email sequences. Our pipelines and calendars are finally organized, and he even identified the fixed gaps in our previous setup that we didn't even realize were costing us money. And now, without further ado, let me go into the system and show you exactly what we got. So first of all, let me go into the actual pipeline, into the CRM that they are having right now. So as you can see, everything is very, very transparent. You can see exactly how many leads are in each and every stage. And these stages within the pipeline are customizable, so you can add them, you can delete them, you can whatever, move them however you want. And also how the system works is that the only thing they need to do is tag those leads accordingly, and after they do that, they basically move from one stage to the other on autopilot. Now, of course, you can also drag and drop them or change their stages by clicking on their card, but there are a bunch of different ways, but we just found out that this tag to opportunity update is the most straightforward way to handle the pipeline. So that's that. Then if you click, again, like I showed you, if you click here, you can see you have all the details about a specific lead, about a specific customer inside your CRM, so you know everything you need to know about them in a particular moment when you're talking to him or her, or when you're communicating in any other way. So that's regarding CRM. And now we go to the most important part, which is the automation that help them, just convert those leads that they were getting into book jobs and consequently also close jobs. First of all, we were just bringing in leads from 4 different sources, and these were Facebook ads, they were getting website form submissions, they were getting inbound calls and texts, and they were getting referrals from their manufacturer of these permanent lighting systems, which is Celebrite. And if I just go into a few of them, because these are pretty much similar, we're just catching all the data, all the necessary data. We have the webhook, and then creating a contact inside the CRM, creating the opportunity, adding a tag, sending internal notification to the team so they know a new lead came in and that they have to call them, and then immediately adding them to the follow-up, because speed to lead matters. If you get back to your leads within under 60 seconds, you can increase the likelihood of actually converting them by 391%, which is crucial here. So this is the referrals workflow from their manufacturer. We can also go into Facebook leads. Again, all of them are very, very similar. So we're just receiving the contact once the leads actually submit the form. We are tagging them immediately, creating opportunity in the pipeline, and immediately adding them to the follow-up sequences. After that, we just, like I mentioned, send them an SMS, send them an email. So we hit them via 2 different communication channels, just to make sure they actually see our message. And once we do that, we actually wait for them to reply. If they do, again, an internal notification is sent to the team. The opportunity is updated in the pipeline. And because we connected this with Jobber, because they were using it beforehand, we also sync this with Jobber, send this data back to it. So we update the contact in Jobber accordingly as well. The same thing happens here with email. Basically the same workflow, just like I said, a different communication channel. And after that, they also had some kind of a special qualification process in place where their VA went in the pipeline and actually identified if the house of this lead is ideal or not. If it was, she tagged them accordingly, and these 2 workflows again triggered, just letting the lead know they actually started working on their quote. Again, very, very similar. We're just sending an SMS, updating everything with Jobber, and waiting for the reply. If this happens, we repeat all the steps that I already showed you in the previous workflows. Then we have the most important part of the whole system, of the whole follow-up, which is this quote stage, where every single time they actually send a quote via Jobber, we connect the Jobber, we go high level using Zapier, as you can see here, and every single time they actually send a quote, we trigger this workflow, so we start following up with your leads on autopilot. So what this workflow does is just, again, updates the opportunity, updates the contact in the pipeline, and then immediately adds them to the email and SMS follow-up. Also just tags them accordingly, And after that, we just started following up with them with one SMS after the other, with one email after the other. Again, hitting them through two different communication channels, making sure they actually see our follow-up, and we're just checking in what's going on, if they'll approve the quote or not, and never let them slip through the cracks. Never forget about them. And if they reply, again, they're removed from all the follow-ups, so we don't spam them. Internal notification is sent to the team so they can continue the conversation from there. We tag them accordingly and sync everything in the pipeline, in the Jobber as well. And once the leads actually approve the quote via Jobber, again, we trigger this workflow here, which takes care of the lead in the pipeline, moves them to the appropriate stage in the pipeline, and also stops all the follow-up. Last but not least, we have the long-term nurture sequence workflows to make sure the leads that are not yet ready to move on, that are hesitant, don't have the budget, don't have the time, whatever, never slip through the cracks. So we are constantly staying on top of their minds, nurturing them, nudging them, and making sure that once they actually decide to move forward with a company, we make sure this company is actually in this case Sempra. So we're just sending them one email after the other. When it comes to emails, when it comes to long-term nurture email sequences, you can increase the volume a little bit because people don't see every single email they received in their inbox. That's why we were a little bit bolder when it comes to volume, and we also wrote all the copy for them, every single email. And when it comes to SMS, we kind of get a little bit low key because we don't want to spam them with free SMSs every single week. So that's why this system here, this workflow here, basically sends one SMS every single month. And once these leads actually come into here, they never actually leave until they reply. So as you can see, we send them this SMS with a special promo, special offer, wait for 21 days. And if they don't reply, they just go back up here, wait for the next month where we send them another promo, a different kind of just, seeing if now is a better timing to actually, move forward. So that's really it. That's the system in a nutshell. We also had these text opportunity updates I mentioned at the very beginning of the video. Now here we could also incorporate lots of AI into the whole process, different chatbots, different agents that can actually go back and forth with the leads. This specific client didn't want to go with it, and we are of course flexible. We customize each and every system to the client that come to us. So if you want AI, good. If not, no worries at all. Just as an optional, as an add-on, having a chatbot that can go back and forth with leads once they actually reply to your follow-up can be very beneficial, just because you reduce this time to respond, and you can basically answer all their questions. They don't even know they're speaking to a chatbot in this case, and it can also just book them into your calendar, making your job at the end of the day even easier and more straightforward. So that's it. If you're using Jobber or really any kind of field service management softwares or other CRMs like Service Titan, Household Pro, Leap, Job Nimbus, JobThread, Achilles, or whatever, and you like what you saw, you feel like you can actually improve your follow-up, maybe you don't even have anything in place, or you have something and are not very, very satisfied with it, and you want to explore this AI automation world, and you're thinking about starting to implementing some of this stuff into your business, into your follow-up, into your backend, you can reach out to us. We will analyze your current setup, see what makes sense and what doesn't make sense, and talk about possible next steps that you can take, if you'd be actually interested. Now you have a few options to go with it. You can directly book a call on our website. You can reach out to us via email on my contact page, or you can just click free guide and download this free guide in 5 AI automations quietly helping home service companies close hundreds of thousands in additional revenue. This is basically the core system that we are offering to our clients that also incorporates AI into the process to make sure you get more leads, you get more reviews, and you start missing less leads that already come to your business and want to do business with you. That's really it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed this breakdown of the system, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.